Good morning. It's Sunday morning. It's 6 o'clock. I woke up a couple of minutes ago, started taping my feet, took care of some personal business. I'm going to start getting dressed and get ready to go. The sky should be lightening up in the next 20 minutes or so. I think it'll be light enough for me in about 30 minutes to start hiking. I'm at mile 172, and I have to go to mile 180. I think, right? 172? Yeah, I think so. 180, something like that. I have like 8 miles to go. 7.5 to 8 miles. So to reach the Jackson Trailhead, which is basically the Alabama, just past the Alabama and Georgia line. And hopefully Nathan's going to pick me up there. I'm going to text him along the way, let him know how I'm doing. Hopefully he can come early and pick me up. If not, I'll just have to stay there and keep warm. It's quite cold. It's probably in the low 40s right now. Had a very long night. The ATVers were out. I mean, probably till close to 12:30. It was the last time I remember hearing one. It was probably like 12:40. So they keep you awake. And then just the cold and the bag with the sweat. It's too hot. You're sweating and you feel wet. So you have to open it up and then just basically keep shifting everything. But I'm going to start packing up and try to get moving. I just got to finish taping my feet, put my socks on, and finish getting dressed. And then we'll be on our way. I'll check in later when it's lighter. Just out of curiosity, I checked the weather. It is 43 degrees here in Piedmont, but it feels like 37 according to that. Now, I don't know where the station is in relation to me. Obviously, I'm at altitude, so it might be a little higher, but it's definitely in the 30s. It's chilly. So, or it feels like it's in the 30s then with the humidity and the temperature and my altitude. So, either way, translation is it's cold. So, 43, 37, not much of a difference either way. So, it's somewhere in that range around there. It's 6:50 in the morning. I left the shelter about 2/10 of a mile back. I've been walking up. It's light enough that I could see, obviously, and record. I've got a 1,000-foot climb to reach the top of the mountain and then come down the other side. So I figure this will take me a little while, and I'll come down the other side. Hopefully I'll make up some time. This section is pretty well marked. The other hiker told me it's kind of hasn't been maintained, but it's well marked. And I appreciate there's markings even on the rock sometimes. Like when you're looking around, you'll see a blue stripe on a rock showing you the path because there's no trees when it's rocks. So I wish they would have done that in the stairway, so it would make it much easier. So, okay, I'm gonna keep climbing. It's gonna be a while. It's 7:40. I've gone 1.6 miles, making good time even though I'm climbing up the mountain. I still have more to go, but came to this wonderful view. And the sun's shining, warming up. Let me turn it around so you can see it. It's beautiful. Look at the mountains. Just wish there was more of a view, actually. Less trees here, right where I am, but still impressive. It's 8:20. I've been hiking for an hour and about 45 minutes, rounding up. I'm coming up on the top of the mountain. I still got about 100 or 200 feet to go, but it's leveling off a little bit. So I think the worst is over. I lost the trail a little bit. I had to scramble around to find it, but I was able to find it. And I believe I'm back on trail now, heading up. I have about 5 miles left to go, so I'm making good time. And feels a little windy up here. It's a little chilly, but at the same time the sun has come out and it's poking through a little bit. So let me turn you around and look what the trail looks like. So that other hiker is pretty accurate about a 2-hour climb, probably to go up, and probably an hour and a half to come down. There's one more little hill or mountain, I guess I should say, between here and the trailhead that you have to go up a couple hundred feet. But nothing as big as what I'm doing now. So once I reach the top here, the trend is primarily down. You can see I just came up the summit of this mountain. I've been hiking for 2 hours and 28 minutes. That was definitely some slow going to all the rock field. There are markings throughout, but it is definitely slow going. You lose the trail a couple of times, but you just generally go in the same direction, and usually you find it again. The app is more than, I gotta say, vital. It's very important to have that because it puts you back on to where the trail is if you do lose it. I'm gonna try and make some tracks. I advised Nathan my progress, so we'll keep going. I just finished climbing what I believe is called Indian Mountain, based on a sign I saw, and I'm coming down a little bit now. So much easier. A lot of rock scrambles. Several portions where it's hard to follow the trail. According to my map, I should be nearing the Alabama and Georgia border. So, still rocks here. I gotta look where I'm going. Not looking here. Oh, I see someone. I see some flags up ahead. I'm gonna turn around because I believe I'm about to come to the border. So this is what we 178 miles walk. You can just see in the distance. I thought it was a hiker at first, but a bit of red, which is the flags, and we're coming to it. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. I've thought about this moment in terms of crossing this border and making it this far probably for over a year. As we leave Sweet Home, Alabama, and yeah, you know what's on my mind. Georgia's on my mind. Making it there. It's nice that there's flags out here, and I guess someone commented a while ago that somebody put some new ones. One of them looks like it could be changed. It's a little torn, but I guess it's exposed to the elements here all day and all night, so and it's quite breezy at times. And here we are, Georgia on this side, and Alabama on this side. Okay, so I'm going to keep on going now because I have to make my shuttle. I've got 2.6 miles to the trailhead, and then hopefully a pickup. So, okay, we're in Georgia. You can see the flags behind me still. That was a good sight. I've seen that in several videos and pictures, and just great to get there. Still going slow. I'm going downhill. It's a little rocky, but it's downhill. So I'm hoping to get some flat spots as I get off the very top and maybe be able to make some better time. I know there's a little tiny climb coming up. I think it's like 200-300 feet, but that should be it. And primarily it's descent now. So just got to be careful of the rocks on my foot. So we're going to keep on going, and just happy, and we'll keep going. Happy to reach that goal and finish it. with the crossing of the state line, I also crossed the time zone. So it's now 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. And I'm supposed to meet my ride at 12. But he just texted me and told me he'll be there about 11:35, 11:40. So I think he's going to get there before me because of that extra hour time zone. So I probably got at least 2 more miles to go. So I need at least an hour. So it's going to be close. Thankfully it's down. It's a little less rocky now. I've come across several rocky portions, which just slow me down because of my ankle. And you got to pick your way through them. But I'm trying to cover the miles as fast as I can so I can get picked up. And I'm walking past, this is the Spring Creek shelter. I'm not going to go in. I have to make tracks to make it to, I have to continue to make it to my pickup. I have 1.7 miles left to make it to the trailhead. And my ride. Just crossed over a little stream after the shelter. So I'm trying to do my best time if I can. It's relatively low elevation changes here. So hopefully there's no more rises up, which just slow me down. So if it just stays like this, hopefully I can make my good time of 2.5 miles per hour and make it to my pickup almost on time. I don't think I'll be there early, but hopefully he won't be waiting too long. Well, I've been trying to make extra time on the downhills here. I got about a half mile left to reach the trailhead. My left ankle is pretty annoyed at me, but it's holding out. Oh, gotta cross a little stream here. And then this little rise, and that should be it. Okay. Well, we should be at the trailhead shortly. Good afternoon. It's 1:15 on Sunday. Obviously, I'm in a car. I'm back in my rental vehicle. I completed the Pinhoti, Alabama portion. Nathan was walking in as I was walking out. Probably about 3 or 4 tenths of a mile before the end. So I didn't record anything there or, in there. And he gave me a ride back to the POC. Can't thank him enough for shuttling me, for putting me up, for giving me information, for assisting me with my completion of the trail. Obviously, the shuttle was the big thing for me getting back here. I'm going to go home and reflect on the trip and obviously see whether or not I'll be back for the next portion of the trail, which is the north end, which is a little more remote and there's less services available. Other than that, I just happy to be done. Just took a shower, obviously, got cleaned up. I definitely need a haircut. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if I'll shave yet. I'll see. But good to be clean. I love going out in the woods getting dirty, but I love getting clean too. So, and it's nice to have the comforts of society. It's nice to be able to, I'm going to go probably get some food now. And I can get cold drinks when I want and not have to worry about finding a stream and finding water and all the other things. And I'll take another shower later and get clean, but at least I'm a little bit clean. I smell better. I'm not offending myself. So those are all the good things. The trip was great. The last portion of the trail, very rocky, going up that mountain. I think it's called Indian Mountain. Very hard. Definitely took me over 2 hours to go up the mountain and probably about an hour and a half to a little bit more to come down. There are a lot of rocky garden type parts that make it very, very challenging. So you have to go slow. My left ankle was hurting me. So I was taking it slow, but I was able to make good time. I noticed that I definitely was slower than 2 miles an hour average. My average time today was 38 minutes a mile, which shows you how slow I was going. And that's because of the elevation and the rocks as well. So other than that, great trip overall. Really enjoyed the Pinhoti. There are some sections I would love to come back. I think Flag Mountain, the Cheaha State Park area is just beautiful. Adams Gap is beautiful. Even some of the sections I did the day before, it's Duggar Mountain, by the way, since I asked. So Duggar Mountain, while they're very hard and challenging, were some very beautiful areas. I love the valleys and stuff. You don't get to see them all because of the trees, but some of the sections were open where you came on that lake, and I came in that valley and I stepped down and the plane was coming by. Some of those areas are just beautiful. It's all beautiful, but some of them are more beautiful than others, I guess. So that's it. So maybe I'll do another recap. I don't think I will, though. I did the trail today, finished, got to Jackson Chapel Trailhead, and was picked up. And after an hour and a half, 40-minute ride, I'm back in Sylacauga, and I was able to get my car, take a shower, and settle up with the POC, which is doing a great service. I thank them once again. Don't think I can thank them enough, and for their help and support of the hikers. Obviously, they're here for that purpose, and I know they get paid for it. But let's not forget, they're still people. This is their job, but it's also their passion. So thank you once again, Nathan and Kim and Emily, who shuttled me